Hey everybody, it's Garrett. Yesterday it was a day that I went to the hospital just for a checkup and all that stuff, just to get clearance for my job and was told that I've got major high blood pressure. They had to take it 5 times because it was too high to get a normal reading. And so this morning I'm drinking less coffee. I'm over by my house and I'm going out for a jog. I'm just starting out walking right now. But this is by where I live here in Nashville. And you're going to see that I am blessed to have nice surroundings, and I don't rent out a home or own a home. Rent out a room. That way when I go on the road I don't have to worry about anything, just except my music. But this is the church, less than a block away from my house. I'll be going there for the first time tomorrow. It's the First Baptist church. I don't know. As long as they read from the Bible, my thoughts on religions is we all want one thing, and that's to go to heaven. So as long as they read from the book, I'm good. But I'll be going there tomorrow. This is where when I do walk and jog and work out, this is where I do it. You'll see that right up here it's pretty cool little area to jog around, and believe it or not, it's very peaceful right up here. And that's the thing about Nashville. My God, you can be close, right downtown, and literally within 5 to 10 minutes you can be in the most peaceful area you can imagine. Such awesome country and terrain and bluffs and all that. So it's kind of a rainy morning, but it's beautiful to me. Like I say, I was scared the shit out of me yesterday. I didn't know that I had high blood pressure, but I mean, it just really freaked me out. I mean, they wanted to admit me until they found out I didn't have any insurance. So that kind of puts a damper on thing. That was a deal breaker. But I'm okay. And I have nice car. But I feel okay. I just need to stop drinking so much coffee and stop these damn cigarettes. And so, but this is where I come to jog, and now I'm gonna go the other way. Usually there's a bunch of ducks and all that stuff around here, but this is where I come to jog, and it's kind of noisy here, but pretty peaceful. So, yeah, I was so grateful yesterday that when this happened. Looks like the ducks took off, didn't it? Really? Well, that's crazy. I've been coming over here and seeing them all over the place, and now they're gone.
I don't know if they must put a foul or what.
Yeah, flew north or. But I was just so amazed and overwhelmed by the response that I got. You know, Facebook is all social media. You just never know what you're gonna get. You know, you never know who's real, who's not. But overall, you know, I'm here with no family, and I'm not crying. You know, I'm a cowboy. But you know, I ain't got nobody, and I'm cool with that. You know, I mean, it's, you know, A Bad Day is a good song for me, and I've been told I got quite a few good songs, so go figure. So, but you know, I just laugh at it all. I mean, I've got family out there somewhere. I know where they're at, and I'm not really. It's nowhere I want to go back to. I was the youngest child of 4 kids, and of course, set of parents. And when my parents split up, I'm the only one that was my mother. I just didn't understand how in the world a child doesn't have his mother. It just, what? I mean, that was the first love of my life as far as a woman is concerned, is my mama. She's still the love of my life, even though God rest her soul. And she's sleeping in the arms of Jesus now. But anyway, so I've always been kind of an outcast to the family because I chose my mother over my dad. The word forever was erased from the dictionary when I was 8 years old, and my sister woke me up and told me that my mama wasn't coming home. But I mean, I don't cry all that over that stuff. It is what it is. And see, I'm just 3 minutes away from my. I don't know how many. Oh, yeah, 3 or 4 minutes away from my house, and I'm just right here. I'm gonna start jogging here in a little bit, but nevertheless. So, but yeah, back to my blood pressure. You know, it's kind of like any car. You know, every so often the brakes go out, and you got to change the fuel pump and check all the fluids. And well, they checked my fluids. I think the antifreeze, the thermostat almost broke. So now I got to get on medication. It's like, what? I don't take pills. I don't need nothing. All I need is a good workout. And so that's what I'm doing. But I'm taking it slow. A lot of you are concerned about whether, you know, I'm starting too fast after just finding out yesterday. And I mean, those nurses, all 3 of them, I told them, this is not an emergency. I went to the emergency room and said, this is not an emergency. I just want to get cleared for work. And when they hooked that thing up to my arm, all 3 of them says, yes, this is an emergency, sir. You need to sit down. And so, and that's when I text you guys saying something's up. And my God, the overwhelming response and such kind people, and you know, none of you wanted anything. It was all a true true kind gesture that, you know, is rarely seen in this world. And when it is seen, it's rarely appreciated because everybody's out, you know, for themselves. I'm not out for myself. I'm out for myself so I can make my children proud of their father. And I don't even know where they're at. I got a little boy and a little girl. Well, they're not little boys and a little girl anymore. One's a teenager and one's in her 20s, just 20, 21. So, but I want to make them proud of their daddy. They just think I'm some kind of, you know, dream chaser, dreamer, and so, and I do. We all have dreams. I have dreams. I can't speak for you, but don't you have dreams? My daughter told me one time, it's never too late to be what you could have been. And I don't know that she was talking to me. I think I just saw it on one of her Facebook or MySpace walls when we were getting along. And is that fish? Is it a turtle or a fish? Oh, look at that. So, anyway, see how I'm out taking my little walk and bringing my blood pressure down, and got a belly full of a good meal, and now I'm trying to keep my belly flat. Don't want to get fat. But anyway, I don't think that you all realize, and you know, some of you don't care. You know, who am I? I ain't nobody. You know, everyone's a star on Facebook. You know, but there's some of you that really seem like you do care, and the ones that I pray for, and the ones that I talk to, I truly do care about you. And I think that you know that. Each and every one of you are in my heart and prayers, and for the ones that are going through a hard time, and the ones that aren't, I'm proud to say that you're part of my team of prayer warriors praying for the less fortunate. I do have Bradley here. Bradley is now getting married. He's no longer homeless. He's my brother for life. I've known him for almost 20 years. But he's now got a woman that he's marrying. It was so cool. Here's how they met. I know they knew each other from like 30, 35 years ago. And so, well, she lived out in California. He lived, you know, he lives here in Nashville. And so, people probably gonna think I'm weird carrying this camera. I don't care. I am weird. People tell me all the time, man, you wear those sunglasses to be cool? I'm like, dude, I'm already cool. I don't need no damn sunglasses. Just joking. But, so, anyway, his son, Bradley's son, had a had a class out in Arizona for truck driving. Well, believe it or not, so did Lorraine, Bradley's wife-to-be. They had known each other 35 years ago, and each had thought the other had died. Never thought about him anymore. Thought about him, but Bradley thought she died. She thought he died. Well, they called out Justin Harmer, and Harmer's you don't hear that last name. She went over to him, and so I knew Harmer, but he lived in Nashville, Tennessee. And he goes, "What? I'm from Nashville." So, well, this was a songwriter. He goes, "Yeah." She goes, "My dad's a songwriter." She said, "Well, this guy's passed on, but he said, "Well, what was his name?" He says, "Bradley Harmer." And Justin said, "Bradley Harmer is my dad, and he's very much alive." So after 30 years, they're back together. She's getting a job with UPS, and Bradley is now on disability, but he's eating all the time. He's doing pretty good, and they're happily in love. So as far as my part in keeping his heart known to everybody else, that's a pretty cool thing, and I'm proud of that. God and Jesus led me to continue to help Bradley, and I still do. It's a wonderful thing, and his music is getting known. His song is being considered for a movie, and so it's a pretty cool thing. I'm very proud to be a part of his success and coming back from living outside for about 7 years. He's inside now, and he's got a love of his life, and he hardly drinks at all. If he drinks too much, he has a hangover. Well, that's a good thing, because he used to live his life in a hangover. And I got my little brother, I call him my little brother, Danny Riggs Jr. He's just so awesome. I love Danny. And anyway, I've rambled on and on. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna start jogging, and I just cannot thank all of you enough for everything that you've done to keep my mind out of the ditch, to pull me out of the hole when I needed it. On my triumphs, you're the first to congratulate me. When I pray for others, you're the first that prays with me. And when I ask for prayer, you pray for me. It's amazing. It's amazing stuff. Where you all came from, I can only say from our Father up above. So bow your head, let us pray to God above to give us strength and all your love. Lead us through this path in darkness, turn the night into day. Oh, please, dear Lord, let us pray. Thank you. Here we go. I won't talk too much. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.